Greetings, my scattered sisters and brothers in the Lord. Trust you know that the Lord is with you wherever you are scattered today and that you have his peace. Today we continue on in the Gospel of John, and Jesus has entered Jerusalem. Jesus has announced that his hour has come, and he knows that this is the hour of his return to the Father, the hour of his glorification. And as we talked, that glorification includes the cross, that Jesus returns to the Father through the cross, through the resurrection, through the ascension. And when Jesus announces that it is now his hour, the hour of his glorification, he immediately talks about death, that unless a kernel of wheat falls into the earth, it will remain simply a single seed, it will remain alone. But when it dies and produces a sprout of wheat, it multiplies and becomes many seeds. And Jesus sees that it is necessary for him to die if the family of God is going to be extended, so that he has many brothers and sisters in this family. This has been God's whole purpose for sending Jesus, that we might be reconciled, that we might be redeemed, that we might become children of God and participate in the fellowship that Jesus has with the Father and with the Spirit. So we would think, and maybe one way, that this would be kind of an easy moment for Jesus. It's the moment that he's been waiting for. But we find Jesus announcing that his soul is deeply troubled within him, troubled at the thought of death. And we're reminded that Jesus' death is a very real death. He's not simply pretending to die. He's not going through the motions of dying. It's not that he's simply, oh, this is what death feels like. No, Jesus is actually going to the cross to die. And it will be painful and excruciating, but Jesus is going to go through it, through with it. And Jesus is going to be so dead that they actually bury him. And so Jesus, contemplating all of this, realizing that his hour is at hand, cries out, "My soul is deeply troubled within me." And yet he goes on to say, "What shall I say? Father, save me from this hour?" No, it was for this hour that I came. Glorify your name. And with that, it thunders. Jesus hears a voice from heaven in the thunder saying, "I have glorified it and I will glorify it." Everyone there can't figure out what the thunder means. Jesus tells them that this came for their sake, not his sake. And then Jesus goes on to say that now is this world judged. Now is the prince of this world, the ruler of this world, driven out. Jesus recognizes that in his going to the cross, in his death, there is actually victory. He's not giving in to the ways of the world. He's not giving in to the ploys of the prince of this world. He is sold out, living in complete obedience to the Father. That's the place where the human race fell, rebelling against the Father instead of living surrendered to the Father. So in Jesus being fully human, so human that he is going to fully die, he's actually bringing glory to God and the salvation of you and me. And so, because Jesus went through this troubled heart of death, we have hope. We can know the peace of God even in the face of death. That because Jesus went through it, death cannot separate us from the love of God. God bless. Have a great day. And it sounds kind of strange, but rejoice that Jesus had a troubled heart and yet lived surrendered to the Father. And in that is victory for all of us. Have a great day.